This is the final episode, from number cruncher to strategic leader. IBM's CFO recently said that storytelling is the most important skill he looks for when hiring finance leaders. Not financial modeling, not accounting expertise, storytelling. Why? Because in the age of automation and AI, the CFOs who survive and thrive are the ones who can transform data into decisions and numbers into narratives that drive organizational change. The organizational impact. When CFOs become great storytellers, they don't just improve their own businesses, and they don't just improve their own effectiveness, they can transform the entire organization and its relationship with financial data. Instead of finance being the department that says no, it becomes a department that explains why and what if. Consider how Shopify's finance team presents budget reviews. Instead of line-by-line expense analysis, they tell stories about investment choices. This $2 million investment in customer success will reduce churn by 15%, which over 3 years will generate $3 million in revenue, or $8 million, or $10 million in revenue, based on retention. This storytelling approach, it cascades throughout the organization. Department heads start presenting their requests as investment narratives rather than expense justifications. It's a complete shift in mindset. The entire company begins thinking more strategically about resource allocation. There's also the career transformation, by the way. Storytelling CFOs are increasingly becoming CEOs. And you know what? It's not coincidence. They can translate complex financial concepts into compelling business narratives. You develop the communication skills that are essential for your leadership. You become the person who can explain to employees and other leadership execs in the room why difficult decisions are necessary, and convince the investors why your strategy will succeed, and help the boards understand the complex market dynamics. Look at the career trajectory of leaders like Ruth Porat, who went from CFO at Morgan Stanley to CFO at Google, to become one of the most influential voices in technology. Her ability to tell a story of Google's long-term investments in areas like cloud computing and AI, it helped stakeholders understand why short-term profitability sacrifices would create long-term value. The traditional CFO focused early on in historical accuracy. The storytelling CFO, they focus on future possibility while maintaining financial discipline. There's a competitive advantage in an era where financial data is increasingly becoming commoditized, where AI can generate reports and dashboards automatically. The human skill of interpretation and narrative becomes even more important. It's the ultimate differentiator. Anyone can tell you what happened. Storytelling CFOs, they don't only explain why it happened, what it means, and what actions to take. They create a high amount of color around it. This storytelling capability, it creates competitive advantage for the entire company. When your CFO can clearly communicate your financial strategy to investors, you get better valuations. You have easier access to capital. And when they can explain complex business models to customers and partners, you build stronger relationships and close bigger deals. Companies with storytelling CFOs, they make faster strategic decisions because financial implications are clearly understood by the non-financial execs. They execute better because employees understand how their work contributes to the financial success. So here's a call to action. The future belongs to CFOs who can bridge the gap between data and decision making, between analysis and action, between spreadsheets and strategy. If you're in finance and you're not developing your storytelling skills, you're preparing for yesterday's job, not tomorrow's opportunity. The numbers will always matter, it's table stakes, but the stories they tell, that is what will change the world.